Good evening, everybody. It is 10:15. Punch in and welcome to episode 29. Wow, of the NXT Night Shift. I am 1/3 of the Indie Wrestling Guide podcast and live tonight from the set of the Ricky Lake Show, a first-run syndicated talk show hosted by Ricky Lake that aired for 11 seasons, 1993 to 2004. The show was a tabloid-style talk show featuring single-issue panel discussions, a lot like I would say Montel and Sally, Jesse, Raphael, and all those. And guests shared personal experiences and often related to relationship issues with a strong emphasis on audience participation. I'm Jay Golden. With me, as always, someone who definitely would cosplay as an elvish mage, the barbarian to my paladin, the bard to my cleric, the swordsman to my wizard, the dungeon master to my Pokemon trainer. It is the host of the On the Mark podcast, the co-host of the Night Shift, the necromancer of the Main Event Network. It's Mr. OTM. It's Kyle.
So to quote Kevin Hart, first off, you're throwing too many big words at me, so I'm going to take that as disrespect. But it's great to be here once again. A fun episode of NXT, a pre-taped episode, as we knew. I don't know if our audience found that out, but good stuff tonight, and can't wait to dive into it with you.
Yeah, and as you can tell on this intro, Kyle, this weekend was New York Comic Con. A collection of nerds and smelly folks as far as the eye can see. I, of course, was in my purple Dom Guarini hoodie. In case my kid lost sight of me, I like to wear bright colors. 100,000 plus people and not a Razor or Old Spice to be found. Between the out-of-shape butts in X-Men costumes and the beer guts dressed like God of War, there was no place to hide. But I did get to see Killer Cross and Scarlet, Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. And you know, wrestling kind of felt very much like an afterthought this year, I would say, at the Comic-Con. There were many years of prosperity as far as meet and greets and autographs, but it was still a fun time. I did eat a pulled pork grilled cheese sandwich, and I lost a bet to buy my kid a Labubu. So, as we say, what?
I'm sorry, the Labubu thing is just not for me. I'm sorry to kill your intro here, but
it is what it
got
is.
me.
Listen, it is what it is. As we say, tune up the mandolin and toss a coin to your witcher. Tune into the CW11, and let's go live to the great state of Indiana, home of the Indiana Comic-Con at the Indiana Convention Center at 100 South Capitol Avenue in Indianapolis.
Of course.
We are loading up an adventure party. Grab your favorite melee weapon. Make sure you have a maester and an elvish thief in the group as we head to Halloween Havoc. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Welcome to the Wrestling Road Trip. It is the NXT Night Shift. Now, Kyle.
I tell you what, the Maybelline line gets me every time. We had a great Maybelline commercial during NXT, so we'll take those residuals. Shawn Michaels, I know you're watching as I'm wearing your T-shirt right now, but you know, I wasn't excited going into it. Full disclosure, guys, I even texted Jay Gold before we hit record. I was like, you know what? Vibes are kind of low. Work's been tough for me this week, and I've kind of just been meh about wrestling as a whole, but something has rejuvenated me. Maybe it was this weekend. It was a good weekend of wrestling, but being here with you, you know, good vibes tonight.
Yeah. And I think tonight felt a little more cartoony and a little more what I expect out of NXT. And Taheen, indeed, we are out here, Taheen.
It's out here. That's how he would say it. I don't want you to botch his saying in the comment section.
Well, okay.
It's the whitest thing I've ever heard today.
Yep. So I'm going to say last week was a massive disappointment as we brought it up, but today was not. I will say today was not a disappointment, and you know, they recapped last week, and the more I watched the recap, the more I was like, oh boy, like wasn't my cup of tea last week. It really brought us down. I think the energy on the show was down. I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting, too, because we got somebody coming on the show in a little bit that's going to call in who was actually at the show. I want to get his perspective on things, because sometimes, and I go to a lot of WWE shows and AEW shows. Yep. It's different when you're there in person, because I came out of WrestlePalooza, and I know WrestlePalooza was not a great show by any means, but I thought the vibe was overall great for WrestlePalooza, and I still enjoyed myself. So it's a lot different when you're like us sitting here critiquing it after they go live. Sure, we can nitpick things, but being there, I'm sure it was a little different. So stay tuned.
I'm almost 1,000% positive being in that building has got to be one of the more fun wrestling adventures you can take, being in the PC.
We need to go. We got to take a trip, dude.
So badly. And you know, speaking of somebody we wish would go,
we
should probably get to the phones just to before we bring on our regular guest, let's bring on our guest.
The usual guest. Yeah, he's a frequent caller. He found our number again. We got Stan from Burlington on the night shift. Stan, how we doing?
Hi, it's me, Stan from Burlington. I don't know if you remember me.
We do, Stan.
Oh, so you're bringing on a new guest tonight, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure he doesn't think he's going to share in the residual checks with the three of us, right, guys?
What checks you're talking about?
Keep that money coming. Speaking of money not coming, it's another week of the government shutdown, not slowing you guys down.
Right.
You know who never gets a little shutdown? Tino. That guy never stops. I called the Main Event Network studio trying to get through to one of the Crown Jewel Perth preview shows, and Tino picked up and told me he was changing every light bulb in the joint to energy savers.
That might have happened.
Guys got to give the guy a day off. But it was a busy weekend for you guys. Kyle, you had to wake up Saturday AM for the premium live event in Australia. Wake up and go down under. Well, if there's something you never hear from one of your Plenty of Fish dates.
Plenty of Fish was like from 10 years ago, Stan. It's all about Bumble and Hinge now. Come on.
Yeah, you would know. Hey. Jay Gold, I see you spent your Saturday LARPing as a caring father with your daughter at Comic-Con. I wonder where I got LoserCon from. It's so Freudian, right? But Jay Gold, so much live streaming from that. Such great content with you talking about buying different flavors of fudge. You just know what people want to hear.
He is a fudge backer.
Jesus.
Oh, come on, Kyle. Hey, Jay Gold, maybe you should have shown some of the text messages you were sending. Hey, Charlie Butters, here's a picture of a guy going as Ant-Man, but with assless chaps. Or
assless chaps.
Or, hey, Kyle, three dudes with Cody Rhodes neck tats. Think I may get a henna one done after I buy my daughter a Labubu.
You should.
Shut up.
Insane to think that in a room of men and women that looked like Pod Van Ed when he's not wearing his Hayabusa costume, that you were voted the biggest schmuck.
Okay.
Hey, is Mr. Cincinnati there?
No, he's not here, Stan.
Not in the studio tonight.
That's too bad. I like him. And I like Cincinnati. Hey, Jay Gold, I don't know if you know this, but in a very timely mention, Cincinnati is home to the country's largest Oktoberfest. Also probably good for this show, since pounding a few 40-ounce steins of high-proof lagers is about the only way any self-respecting person can get through this broadcast. Okay, gotta go. Bye.
Yep. I saw that one coming, Stan. I saw that joke. I'm starting to get the hang of it.
LoserCon could be my favorite name ever.
Hey, I'm glad you had a good time, though. I did enjoy the footage that you captured for us.
Yeah. I tried to put some stuff up and have some fun and poke a few of the bears while we're in there. I just want to say what's up. Dustin Alberti has joined us, the voice of AIW. So yeah, this is great. Oh, this is one of those nights. Okay, we got.
It's one of those nights. We got big special guests coming in.
Yeah.
I think the people are excited. That's what it is.
Yeah. So before we get to our guest, just to kick us off, because he was probably been in there. This show started off in the parking lot, and and we love the NXT parking lot, and we get a little Zaria and Soul, and I can't hate on it. I should have seen that last week. There should have been TNA guys all over,
just fighting in the parking lot.
Yeah,
an all-out brawl in the parking lot would have been great. Like we said last week, Anarchy in the Arena type style thing going on in NXT. That would have given it a little extra because afterwards they went to battle, they had a showdown, and then, hey, we're friendly now. We're just going to do things
Everybody's happy. You know what? We hated each other, but now we like each other, and it's the friends we made along the way. So
hey, it doesn't make sense, but sometimes things in wrestling just don't make sense, and we move on. We have fun with it, and I'm still having fun with NXT.
Yeah, I still think NXT is the best, and we get the champ to come out and call out, Trick, and I just have to tell you, I think I've had. And this is the end of my negativity for the evening because I thought it was great.
Sure, guys. If it's your first time watching it, it's not the end. Spoiler alert.
I think I've had enough of the main event scene on NXT. I can't keep seeing Trick Williams and Oba and Trick Williams. And, I just need to see something exactly, GBH. I would have loved to see TNA go, we're going to defile the NXT parking lot. because that's where everything happens. We're coming in to destroy it.
And I don't think you're being negative, by the way. I think that's a fair take. There is fatigue a little bit in the main event scene, and we've talked about it. They need to do a better job at setting up that next talent, that next main event star. Josh Briggs could be one of those guys, but we're going to talk about it with Josh Briggs' match that he had. I think there is a guy that could fit right into the main event scene in NXT tomorrow, and there's a guy to go after Ricky Sainz.
I agree, and we'll see about that. But going into that, before we get to our caller, let me just clear this one up. We get Evans and Leon Slater, Javon Evans, Leon Slater in the back, and then the Hardys come out, and every time they say the Hardy Boys, I just have written down 51 and 48. Just remember that. If anybody wants,
crazy.
If you ever look at the Hardys the same again, they are 51 and 48 years old, and I can't believe it. So,
and that somehow I think is younger than you, right?
No, neither one of them are younger than me.
I tried.
I am younger than them
by now.
Not yet. So anyway, before we get into the match, let's get our caller on. I think it's time, right?
Let's do it, because last week, guys, I don't know if you saw it. Speaking of the Hardy Boys, Jeff Hardy threw his shirt out into the crowd. This man was right there to catch it. You know, like Jordy Nelson catching a touchdown pass from Aaron Rodgers, if you will. Of course, I had to do a Packers reference. I know he's from Florida. He's moving to Las Vegas. He as well has an NXT show, NXT with Najee. Let's bring him in, sir. Welcome to the night shift, my friend Najee. How you doing, man?
What's up, y'all? First of all, I got to clear the air there. From Michigan, that was a terrible, terrible joke. Aaron Rodgers are two words we don't like to say.
I'm a Jets fan. I try not to say it either. You know, at this point, I don't say it either. Yeah,
not the Jets. Yo, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing?
What's up? Welcome to the show. We are very glad to talk to you. We have not had anybody yet who's been in the Performance Center, so I think Kyle and I are very excited to kind of hear what the experience is like in there and see what that's like.
So before we get into yesterday or last week's show, I should say, I'm curious just about the overall vibe, because you're someone that frequently goes, correct?
Yeah.
What's it like? What kind of community have you built there now?
Do you buy those tickets, or you get those? You have to. They're free, or how does that work?
Yeah. So the whole way it works out is that they're actually free. Like the whole entire situation is free, but it's like a sign-up thing. You either get an email or you don't get an email. There's a Facebook group that's kind of local that they run through. I guess they used to run through Full Sail, but now that it's through the PC, just go straight through production there. They send out a link right when the show ends. You have to fill out. Speaking of that, I need to do that immediately after I get up.
Yeah, you might want to get on
that. They send out a link. You fill out the little sheet or whatever. You get the first email on Thursday. That's how you can find out if you make the cut. And then you have to send it in by Friday afternoon. By Friday afternoon, blah, blah, blah. You go through that. By Monday, you find out if you actually make like the second round of people to get through. Then Tuesday, they tell you to get there around 5 o'clock. A lot of people get there earlier. I drive like 2 hours and have been for like 2 years to get there now.
Hell yeah.
And then you stand there for about an hour. You get on a bus. They kind of load you up, shuttle you to the PC. You stand in line. Yeah, you stand in line a little bit before that, because I assume they're still doing rehearsals, getting things set up. So you kind of stand in line. Once you get to the PC, you have the merch truck right there. You get a chance to see some wrestlers coming in and out. And then you go inside and get ready for whatever dark match pre-show. It used to be Level Up, and then it used to be LFG. And then it's been Evolve recently. So it's some cool stuff going on, man. Yeah, that's kind of the process of getting inside of there.
It seems complicated just to get through the wait list. I've done it for other TV shows, so I didn't realize that they didn't make any money off of those PC shows.
Yeah, it's really cool for them to create a community like out of that. And then like you said earlier, like what kind of community I create out of it. I went to it just like basically dolo and with like maybe one or two people the first time that we went, and all of a sudden now we have this big group of like 30, 40 people that you guys see on TV every single week, just, you know, being in matches, having fun, like actually enjoying a wrestling show instead of trying to critique it as much. You know what I mean? Like a lot of fans nowadays go in the crowd and they just want everything to go their way, and we get disappointed all the time. And it's fun. It's fun. It makes for a great experience.
Do you find it's difficult to get those tickets though? I mean, do you think, because if you're going now with 30 guys, you guys are there all the time, are you rejected ever?
Not as much anymore. I think it's because we've really created that fan base, and they're, it's to break the, kayfabe a little bit there. They're smart about it. You know what I mean? Like they know what's going to get the biggest pop if they have a good script written. They know if it's going to be a good week or a bad week. And NXT, everybody has a bad week, but the truth behind it is that it's been a little while since I've been rejected, and I think that's just the faith that has been put in us as fans to give them that every single week for television.
I'm super jealous that you get to experience that every week, because as someone who, and we've talked about it on our show, me and Jay Gold over here, we've been watching NXT since the Hulu days, man, before it was even on TV.
Before, yeah.
Yeah, even before that. So I'm curious, when did your NXT fandom start, and how did you go about getting your show started?
Yeah, my NXT fandom, I want to say, started during COVID. A buddy of mine was a little more into it than I was. He loves Pat McAfee.
Me too, baby.
Like he's a big. I know you are. You said you're from Indiana.
Yeah, that's right.
Pat, I like him too. But he's a big Pat McAfee guy. He used to always have me listen to his podcast in like 2016, way back whenever. And then he sent me this link and was like, "You got to watch this match that just happened on NXT." And it was Pat McAfee and Adam Cole. And I was like, whoa, like they're doing this on NXT right now? Like I was more into trying to just get on the Thunderdome, which I did, by the way.
I did too, yeah.
I think we all were, hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. And I was mainly just focused on the main roster stuff because I just got back into wrestling after the weird 17 year that happened.
There was a lot of weird years going on there in the WWE.
But yeah, that's... Really
Fish, that's a good question. Have you ever met that dude Jacob Cohen at the shows? He does a lot of
face.
He goes to he's been to every NXT, even at Full Sail, and he gives the results and everything. Yeah, dude's always follow him on Twitter. Yeah, Jacob Cohen's great. Yeah, if you want,
that's really how I got into it. Jacob Cohen, is that what you said his name was?
Yeah, that's his name. He's there a bunch.
Hell yeah, I probably recognize the face if I seen him.
So
I've been
for
about 2 years now.
Were you a wrestling fan before this? Or
dude.
It didn't just
since I was born in 1990. I know I don't look like I'm 35, but I am.
90s, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it. But when I first came from California to Michigan, because that's where I was born originally, I had a Hulk Hogan chair. This is before some wild things happen.
Yeah.
And that was my first intro into wrestling. And then I moved to Battle Creek, Michigan, which is the hometown of RVD. So when I got a little bit older and maybe I was 9-10 years old, RVD was a normal name that you would hear all the time in the city. And that's how I kind of fell in love with it first. And him and Jeff Hardy were my two favorites. So that's why it's funny that this Jeff Hardy thing happened, because I've been a big Jeff Hardy fan since I was 10. And then now...
Oh, there it is on the show
with the sweat, the tank top or vest, whatever WrestleMania call it. That was pretty cool.
There's no chance you're selling that thing in the future, right? That thing's
absolutely
staying
not.
with you
First
forever.
chance I get, I'm framing this sucker and
putting it in a frame. Hell yeah. So you've been going to this show now for 2 years. What's your favorite? What's been your favorite episode you've been to so far in the last 2 years?
Tough question.
There's a lot of crazy shit that's gone on.
Been some good stuff recently.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. I still want to have to say, just because I'm cemented in history for the NXT title with this, and it was just such a cool experience, and I've had other experiences meeting this wrestler. When Trick and Ilya went at it at the spring break, and where Trick won it, and being in that photo of just Trick holding the belt up, sitting in the crowd, and I'm right there next to him, and then I got to do the Tricky whooping video with him and have him on the show too. So it's it's awesome to meet these people, and I think that's been my favorite moment that kind of kickstarted everything that's happened so far.
Yeah, and I've noticed you've built authentic connections with everybody down there too, so it's been cool to see your rise as well. I've been following you now on X for some time, so we definitely wanted to make this happen, and especially with you being at Showdown last week. I mean, tell me a little bit about that atmosphere, because we were super excited going into it, because we've been saying on the show, man, the NXT is the most consistent brand in professional wrestling, and this was an unprecedented event. So what was it like for you being there in person?
Oh, it was great. I don't know if you guys could tell tonight watching, but we were so tired. The first few matches of the night, you could tell that we were hyped because they shot it in an interesting order. They shot the Matt Cardona match was first, and then I want to say the Blake was second one, and then they went to the tag match, and then they went into the live show, and then we got 2 matches afterwards. But those last couple matches, we were dead. But Showdown was a good time. I know a lot of people were a little underwhelmed by it, but we had a lot of fun. They never do us justice when it comes to the volume of the crowd, and I think that's just because of how close to an ECW crowd. Not as crazy, no disrespect, don't nobody come for me for that, but like that's consistency wise, we're the closest thing probably to that, or like an Attitude Era crowd. So people say some wild stuff. Like,
you guys get censored a lot too. I've noticed that. Yeah, which is kind of dumb in my opinion. That CW has to bleep some of those.
Well,
words.
they're local. They're broadcast everywhere. I mean, you have
everywhere.
to. It's not USA. You can, even though USA does it, they still
Netflix still does it too.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. Also, which I don't. What is the point? So you're in there. You see what you see. I was disappointed in last week's show. I thought there was so much more room to grow as far as how you wanted to do it, invasion style. Parking lot misses. That's a huge miss. Not having a fight, through the parking lot. Not
Still
having
tied,
maps.
though. Remember, it's tied.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I don't think
That's
it
what I
matters.
was saying
I
last week.
think
It
the
could
show
set up
kind of.
something.
Yeah, but I still think you had guys laying around. You had Mance. You didn't put Mance Warner on television. You had other guys. I feel like TNA's roster is very thin, and to leave out guys like Eddie Edwards and things like that, like you should have. There woulda, coulda, shoulda on that show last week, but. You guys itself, you think it was a blast for you to begin with then?
We had a blast, and I think it's really hard to have that crowd not have a good time. Like,
right. Okay.
It's a family on all sides. Even the people that come in, like before the show started, we sang "Happy Birthday" like 20 times just for random people in the crowd. It's legitimately a family, and I think that's why Shawn Michaels praises the crowd so much, and that's why he does what he does to make sure that people can be there and be present and experience certain things. But yeah, I personally think that the name change and on the date thing might have shifted some things a little bit. And with Survivor Series coming up, why can't they do it then?
They could. I just don't know if you're going to see it. I just don't know if they're going to. I don't think they're going to put the effort into it at this point.
It's Iron Survivor, right? I think is what's next after that.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is around this time, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
is that what that is?
I think so. It's got to be because they didn't do the breakout
of NXT
contract.
and Survivor Series. I mean, that they should bring that back when the NXT was going up against Raw and SmackDown. Yeah. You were watching during that point, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I don't know if the roster's as strong, right, as it was. The roster then was so strong when they got
men's division.
About a year and a half ago, you would have been set. You had Mello, Ilya, Oba, Trick, and then the fifth person could have been like a Wesley because Wesley was still on fire at that point.
They also had tag teams back then too. They had more tag teams to offer. You could have added more tag teams to that. The old school.
Yeah, Pretty
tag
Deadly
team.
was still there. Well, no, that was like over 2 years ago. Actually, that was a little over 2 years ago.
Them releasing Wesley was interesting.
I get it though, but I get it. Well, like from what I also heard, like I'm not gonna sit there and say who or whatever. I don't know if it's confirmed or whatever.
Sure.
But they're saying Rascal's contract is also up almost, too, so they can go wherever they want to do, like wherever they want to go as a unit. They could.
Yeah. And their money everywhere they go. So
yeah, and they're fine.
Maybe they hire their own back as a unit and run NXT because we talk about it all the time, Najee over here. The tag team division probably could use some more teams. And we saw OTM return too today.
That was nice. I know Mr. OTM over there was like, hey.
I tell you what, we were the original OTM established in 2019. So they are the fake OTM. If you can get I'll tell you this right now, since you're always in the crowd, if you can get a fake OTM chant, I will Venmo Zell you $50 right away.
Fake MTM. Oh my God.
They are fake OTM.
I might get jumped.
Those are your boys, huh?
Huh? Yeah, they're good people though. But there's a lot of people that I hang out with that support them heavily, and we've been trying to push them for a while. So maybe this is the push. Who knows?
I guess it's time because the as I said before, the tag team division is very thin, and if you're not gonna,
smaller.
Yeah, and if you're not going to get guys in there that are going to represent, you have to get tag teams built because NXT also was built on tag teams as well. There was, you can't go from FTR and the Vaudevillains and all those good stuff now with you have Hank and Tank and that's really it. Like there's not enough tag teams. There just isn't. There's just not enough. So
yeah, that's true. We love Chase U over here though. At least I do. But
I like the new.
I love it. Yeah,
I like the new Chase. I'm a big
Andre
fan.
Chase is one of my favorite. Even I mean, I'm older than you guys, and we joke about it. When he was Harlem Bravado, still one of my favorite wrestlers of forever. I love Andre Chase. Love him.
Yeah, how can you not? But hey, one last thing before we let you go, Najee.
Yeah.
Are you a part of the people that start the chants?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I may be a little bit behind the Briggs go away one.
Oh, okay. Because that's one of my favorite ones right now. Because my partner over here hates Josh Briggs.
I was saying I was actually leading it. I was leading it from home.
The heat that he has in that building is bad, and it's not my liberty to sit there and say why I know some people don't like him, but like, it's for real.
It's real heat.
It's real heat, and the thing I want to say this because I do want to give him credit. I say this every week, and people get mad at me. I go, bro, I think I kind of like this, and they're like, why? I go, even though like I'm talking, whatever, talking crap, shooting a shot, whatever. Talking shit. Can I cuss on this show?
Oh, you can say whatever the hell you want, man.
Cool. Yeah. So as I'm talking shit, I look over and I go, dude, I kind of have to give him respect because he's really running with it properly. Like he's doing it the right way. Instead of him getting soft and folding in front of the crowd, he's really just putting it in his promos. He put the chant in the promo for the last PLE. So he's riding off it. That's what a good heel should do. So hell yeah, you got my respect now as a wrestler. Like,
and he puts on great matches every time he gets on the card. He's gonna have a banger.
Before I get off of here, I know the Trick Williams thing happened with Ricky. I think Trick's ready for the main roster. I just want to say this.
I agree.
Trick's ready for the main roster. I think this was his last test. Was his heel run? He went with that title for TNA.
He's great with it though.
I think he's gonna crush it. I think Ricky's gonna end up winning at Halloween Havoc, and Trick's gonna ride off into the sunset and crush it.
You think Trick's more ready than Oba?
Yeah.
Really?
He's more seasoned.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I think obviously you can put, but I don't want Oba to get
lost in the shuffle.
But I think Royal Rumble is a perfect time for Oba, and I really hope that they make this thing with Omos happen. Like they have to work together. They fight each other. They respect each other, and then they go up to the main roster. Like Omos comes back on the main roster, then brings Oba out or something crazy.
That'd be fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody sorry?
No, go ahead, man.
Somebody on my show the other day said they think that Oba. Damn it, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. I lost my train of thought. My bad, yo.
They think Oba's gonna answer the open challenge of John Cena at the end, like I do.
That would be pretty cool.
Because I think he could get involved in John Cena could get involved in the IC title scene with Dom. Maybe take that IC title off of Dom
5 days.
and then do a.
Four.
They'll figure it out. Dude, the whole John Cena retirement tour has just been audible after audible.
That is true.
He still only has 4 days. 4 dates.
I know, but hey, Najee, before we let you go, why don't you tell the people where they can find you? And we definitely got to make this happen again for a longer period of time.
Najee, I like shooting it with you, man. This is good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for having me here. I appreciate you guys. My name is Najee, host of NXT with Najee. You can find me on all platforms at NXT with Najee. Made it super simple for you guys. Hope you guys follow me. I'm a part of the Whip Show, Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, a.k.a. the Whip Show. That's how you guys can find that. Based out of Detroit. And then I also just recently became a Body Slam part, bodyslam.net. So thank you guys so much for inviting me. I appreciate it. We are NXT.
We are NXT, brother.
We make the world talk about it. So thank you guys for having me.
So you're part of Body Slam. So do you know DC Hendricks?
Yeah, dude. I've had DC on, I think, like 3 times.
Dude, he's a part of our network. We love DC over here.
DC. Love him.
Well, let's get a show together with us two, DC, and you. How about that?
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
NXT.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to move to Vegas, y'all. So I'm not going to be out as much.
Safe travels, man.
So, yeah, man, I got to hit the road in like 10 days. It's going to be a fun little trek. But thank you guys again.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Thanks for coming by, man. We'll talk soon.
All right, man. See you guys later.
See you later, man.
Bye.
I just have to. He's great. He's absolutely great, and I am fascinated by just the process and the community. But I need to stop the night shift dead in its tracks because Matt Fish, while we were talking to Najee, we were just followed on our Twitter account by Nikita Lyons.
Oh, shout out to Nikita Lyons. Shout out to Najee. I'm sure he gave us the rub on that one.
Yeah, boy. That's what's up.
We'll take it. We'll get her on the show soon, maybe. You never know.
I just wanted to let you know because that is rad as hell, and that's fun, and
she's been doing work on Evolve lately too.
Yeah, that's Fish's favorite favorite
Yeah,
wrestler.
see,
So,
he's excited. There we go.
yeah, there we go. So
big gift for the night shift. Shout out to Najee once again.
that's awesome. Najee rules. That was cool, man. I like. There's a
I'm telling
positivity
you,
that comes out of him.
Yes, there's an energy, an infectious energy, and I see why people gravitate towards him.
Yeah, I don't think I could have gotten any negative with him. Like I was trying to, like I'm like, do I not? You can't. He's
Do
so
I
happy.
crap on NXT now, or do
He's
I
the
burst his
happiest
bubble?
guy. He's so no. I just mean in general. Like he's just so happy. So
Yeah.
Anyway, we
Dude,
finished.
hey,
off,
before we move on, I'm telling
Yeah.
you this. This is a superstar main event mixer, potentially, for Halloween Havoc next Saturday. Me, you, the night shift, Najee, and DC Hendricks. Let's make it happen.
if he's not moving, if he's not moving.
Oh, that's right. The
Vegas.
timing's
Yeah.
probably off. We'll make
Yeah.
it happen, people. We'll make
Yeah.
it happen.
So
Go
anyway,
on with
after-
the chlorophyll. I got all kinds of quotes tonight.
I love it. I love it. Anyway, let's go to the match that I didn't even know who I wanted. I don't know what I was doing in it, but Cardona and Briggs kicks us off. And the pop for Cardona
Oh,
was unbelievable.
dude,
It's
Najee
still
was
is.
talking about how the crowd doesn't come off as loud. They came off as loud, and that was the taped portion of the show.
Yeah. Cardona.
Like-
Look, somebody's dropping the ball with Cardona. I know that there are so many people who have to shit on Cardona or say, first of all, he's the hardest worker on the indies. He made a life for himself. He has his big house in Orlando. He's got his hot wife. He does what he does. But God bless him, man. What a pop. Holy shit for Cardona. God help me, GBH, I do. Love him.
It is insane how relevant that he's kept his name. How many other independent wrestlers do you know would keep 2 billion followers on social media
It's
and just
amazing.
always evolving to where he gets that kind of response under a new song, under a new name? It's a completely different version from Zack Ryder, but he's still loved.
There's a confidence in him that has been there since I think after that GCW run, where he's just like, I know exactly what to do for my career. I'm in charge of my own. I'm in charge. Yes, people joke about how he wants to be back on WWE, but you know what? He's in charge of his own. They had a fucking booth at Comic-Con, a major wrestling figures, booth, and it wasn't for wrestling. It was for figures. Like the guy's he's figured it out.
He's got like 8 different avenues of income.
Yeah.
It's a guy that just gets it. We talk about that all the time. This person gets it. You talk about the Ethan Pages, his wife, Chelsea Green, Matt Cardona, another guy. And you could tell he was not holding back in ring during this match either. He was doing shit he doesn't do.
Yeah, we had Josh Bishop on last night on the Indie Wrestling Guide, and I asked him like, who really, like, when you wrestle, who's the hardest puncher? Butters asked him and he said Cardona by far. He said Cardona absolutely lays it in, and I saw it tonight. He does it.
It's funny you mentioned that. Cardona on his podcast, the Major Figure Wrestling podcast, mentioned that Ben Bishop is stiff with his punches, but he liked it. So maybe those people that are stiff in ring just like working with other stiff people, a la look at Sheamus.
Yeah, Bishop says Josh Bishop told us he loves getting he'll tell somebody if they get afraid, like he's like, just punch me in the face.
I'm excited for that interview. It's part of the Indie Wrestling Guide podcast, which is a part of the Main Event Wrestling Network. And we got 248 of you watching live right now, guys. Welcome to the night shift. We're here every Tuesday night after NXT, a part of the great Main Event Wrestling Network, of course.
Yeah, oh my God. Hello, all you. Welcome. All right, so this match, I would say, is good. I said Cardona is a great
Really
hand.
good.
Briggs has never had a problem in the ring, and you're right.
Never had a bad match.
Me the wrong way, but he does not have a problem in the ring.
And he still got the skull smoking, brother. I know you dig that.
I don't
that should be
understand
your Halloween costume. Imagine Jay Gold coming onto the show with a smoking skull.
All right, so you know what? I'm gonna have to. I do probably have something in this basement that I can put on my shoulder and smoke. So
if you do it, I will love you forever, my friend.
All right, and I'll wear a chain around my neck like he does.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to rip it off mid-show and try to hit me then.
But still, good. You know what? Good match. Good match.
Fun.
No issues.
Yep.
I was sad that Cardona lost. I knew he was going to.
He
unfortunately, I mean, man, the crowd. You should have called an audible. Like, there's no. Shawn Michaels is back there. Call an audible.
Matt Cardona, and this is what I was talking about earlier, is the perfect candidate for someone that could be in the main event scene on NXT.
Yeah,
he's been in NXT before as the hype bro, so he never really had a serious run in NXT. I feel like he's so indie and so seasoned now that NXT is that perfect avenue because it's not a major audience, but you're still getting enough eyeballs on the product where he can elevate that next generation of talent.
He still looks as good as 90. He's in the top 10% of the way wrestlers look on television.
Physique-wise, yes.
Yeah. He still just gets he's 43 or something. He looks great. Can't help it.
Is he really that old?
Yeah.
How
He's
old is
gotta
Matt
be.
Cardona?
The man's been around
Is 40 years old.
40.
40.
Okay, you're aging him a little bit.
All right, I'm sorry to give him 3 years. My
Apologize
bad.
to Matt Cardona. He might be watching.
I just
There's a lot
said
of people
sorry.
watching
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I want you
did
to get
that.
your ass kicked. We put over Chelsea before. We're a pro Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona podcast.
Yeah. I mean,
What did he say, Jack? All
No,
geared up.
geared up. Chicken and rice, baby. Chicken and rice.
Always
Anyway,
ready.
so that match was good. We go to the back, and you get Hank and Tank chase you. Oh, by the way, Kyle, I don't know if you looked at Hank and Tank. They have a brand new Hong Kong T-shirt they were wearing that just had your name right on it.
As much as I love honking, you know me. I'm a big honker. I will not be buying that T-shirt, Jay Gold.
Oh man, it's cool. That one was actually look good. It did. And then again, NXT stuff.
I really have to like you to purchase your merchandise.
All right. Okay.
It's a big
I
thing.
get it. Yeah, I get it. You have to just be nice to me when I meet you in person, then I'll buy your shit. That's all.
Or just give us a follow on Twitter, like Nikita
Yeah.
Lyons. Nikita, we'll buy your.
Now
merch
she's
right
my
now.
new favorite women's wrestler.
Yep.
By
We're all
far.
behind you, and we got the support
Yes.
of the night shift too, which is pretty small.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to lie to the
Wait,
people,
what?
okay? I know
And
there's
then-
260 of them here, but come on.
wow. And then we get the shenanigans, as I said. You get Chase
Always.
you get Hank and Tank, you get the culling. Everyone's on top of everyone. Lyra Valkyria is walking through. She grabs Tatum Paxley. You have Izzy Dame pulling Tatum Paxley back. Everybody's saying they're going to have a triple threat like the Hardys like doing. And so that is made. So we get that done.
NXT
And,
loves their love triangles, don't they?
They sure do.
They do
love
this all the time. We got it with Blake and Zaria and Soul right now. You know.
Well, that I have some issues with. But okay,
Oh.
then we go to the progressive match tracker, whatever they call it.
Your
And
favorite?
now, well, I love this here because Harper was watching with me and she got it. She was like, "Oh, they're adding Lainey Reed to Fatal Influence," and I got it right there. Like I was like, "Oh, this is a good way to introduce her as the person." I find it so comical that Jasmine Nix basically was just like, "We punched her in the face. We didn't want her anymore. Gone." That's it. I get
That's
it.
probably the reaction we all would have had too if she was in our faction. Get rid of her. Get rid of that girl.
Right, gone. They were like, we hated her, we punched her in the face, and she's gone. So
Lainey
that
with
was-
them just looks better too. I don't know why, in a weird way, it just
She looks like a
aesthetically it
mean
makes
girl.
sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
she looks like a mean girl. It works. Yeah,
And you know what's great too? Most NXT women are given such a generic character, like a Kalani Jordan, even though she won a title in her first couple
it's a
matches.
baby
But
face. Come on,
this
baby.
this gives
Come on.
Lainey Reed something, and not
Yeah.
many newcomers to NXT get something. Going
Right.
into a faction that has history, that's huge for her.
Yeah, I think it's good. And there's somebody else tonight that I had an eye on that I'm gonna bring up later. But I think
Blake
that
Monroe?
no, not. but
I
she's-
always have
but
my eye on her. That's why I
She's
asked.
she's already the got her doing her thing. It was at Kendall Gray who really
She's
got a nice
solid.
Final
Solid.
Four in the main in the Battle Royal. That means they got something. They see something in you.
She was undefeated in amateur wrestling. Fun fact.
Yeah. So we get to another match, and I was very excited because I love Lexus King, but now I can't stop calling him El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. is really just Dr. Wagner Jr., right? Because he's
Kinda
the son of
redundant.
Dr. Wagner Jr., and Dr. Wagner Jr. is the son of Dr. Wagner. So he is Dr. Wagner Jr.
Wait, so he's different than I was gonna say because he put on weight, but this guy's different than somebody we saw in Worlds Collide.
He is El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr.
There's a
So
difference.
he's the son of Dr. Wagner Jr., who's
Oh,
the son of Dr.
Holy
Wagner.
shit! I didn't know Dr. Wagner Jr. was that old.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
GBA says he's getting renamed Wagner the Third.
Wow. Almost
There you
Walter.
go. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr.
Okay,
Jr.
so he was a
Jr.
completely different guy than I thought he was. Okay,
And this
so-
was a great match again. And my daughter gets uncomfortable with Lexus King's beard, but he didn't do the paint tonight, so that was fine.
he still has a great entrance.
and he's getting it. He's starting to he's not even starting. I like watching him in the ring. I have no issues.
You know who Lexus King really is. I got a comp for you. You know I love my comparisons. And shout out to JT Goodman. I think he said this on X today, but he's Baron Corbin.
Who is?
Lexus King. That's who he is. That's what he gives to the WWE.
Well. No, because
That's not a bad spot to be in.
I know, but Baron Corbin, the size, the protected finisher,
I'm not talking
he was
about
not
the
a
size.
joke, but he was not a joke. Lexus King gives
He was
you...
a joke. He was bum-ass Corbin.
That was at the end. I'm talking his NXT run, he was not a joke.
Okay,
And
yeah, I know that.
The
not
lone
in
wolf
NXT.
was serious deal. Yeah.
But I'm
So
saying, like, that's what Lexus King is to the WWE. That's what he provides. He's just basically like their Baron Corbin.
Gatekeeper, right? You call it
Yeah.
just a gatekeeper. Okay. I mean, if that's where
I
he
don't think
finds
that's
his
a bad
niche,
thing.
yeah. I mean, he can always be, Pillman Jr., if he wanted, people get that. But I
should
like
never go back to that. I think he's cemented this name enough now.
it. Okay.
The match was okay. It wasn't anything crazy.
I like Dr. Wagner Jr. I think he's good. I have no issue with it. But
Only part-time Pat called him bum-ass Corbin. It wasn't even funny. You just say that because you hate him.
yeah, that seems like a lot of anger, GBH. I don't know.
A lot of wrestling fans don't like when outsiders come into their world. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah.
But Pat's hilarious and he does good things for people.
I like
so
that.
I'm gonna
I like-
support him. Yeah.
I liked Mauro Ranallo. I like Pat
Oh, who
McAfee.
didn't?
I like the dude
We
Joe
love Vic
Tessitore.
Joseph.
I love Vic Joseph, but I'm just saying, like, guys, like, as far as who are outsiders, I like Joe Tessitore.
Oh,
I
Joe's
like,
great.
yeah, I like McAfee. I like, again, I have no issues with those guys coming in and
There's
and
value
doing
there.
that stuff. Yeah, there's this absolute value to them. So after the match, we get Ethan Page, which I was very happy about,
We love
and
him.
I like that he called him muchacho because it was just so dismissive. And then
It's always the timing is so good with Ethan
yeah,
Page, too.
yeah. And then they're gonna have this Day of the Dead match at Halloween Havoc, and I'm
It's
looking
gonna be
forward to
awesome.
that. Yeah, I think that you get another, you literally get another side of Ethan Page. He's gonna wrestle a luchador from AAA in a hardcore match.
He could do
You
it
get
all.
another side of Ethan Page, a more when Ethan Page is serious. I love that. When he could be comedy, but this you get another serious side. This is not going to be a match where he's going to get his pants pulled down. This isn't going to be one. It's just not going to be that way. So
and he's dipped his toes into AAA before, so
Yeah.
this is something he's not unfamiliar with. Jack of all trades can do it all. We've said it before. We've said it a million times. Ethan Page is a guy that just gets it, and he's going to retain his title.
he is, and it's going to be great. And
I love that title design. I know I'm not Canadian, but man, if I was, I'd buy the shit out of that belt.
I like personalized titles. They just have to make sense. Like which title I thought was great, and everybody loses their mind. The Jeff Hardy title in TNA was
I
ridiculous.
don't even think I
looking.
know what you're referring to.
Oh my
Let me
God,
look it up.
Kyle!
Dude, I didn't watch TNA. Why is that such a shocker?
Because what is it?
Yeah,
where is
exactly. I think I probably watched in total. I found it, by the way, and yes, it is horrible.
it? Yeah.
It's not good.
So like when it looks like that, I have issues. But if it's gonna be, if you're gonna get some like real, like this looks perfect. All you do is change the background a bit, like it just you get it, like you just get it. So anyway, let's go from that to our commercial of the night. Maybe she's born with it, Kyle.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah. I think Zaruka and doing their thing with the red color lipstick for whatever they were using.
Made me want to go get me some lipstick. I'll tell you what, I'm like that guy from, what was it? Billy Madison that crosses the names off the list and then he puts the lipstick on.
Man,
Could
am
you
I
just
glad
see
I
me-
called
could
that
you-
guy. Steve
Exactly.
Buscemi.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi. Could you just imagine me in front of my mirror doing that?
I can, and I certainly
If
can.
you get us to 300 subscribers tonight, we got 92 of you that can do it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll post the video.
Yeah. So
There you go.
so anyway, after that, and we get. I know I just lost my train of thought because I had something going. I had.
You're
something
thinking
I wanted
about
to
me
ask you.
applying lip gloss to my lips. That's
Oh
what
my
it is.
God! Yeah. Now,
I
so
understand.
I went to Sephora yesterday with my kid because she needed
Mhm.
to buy some Summer Friday lip gloss.
Mhm.
So that's all I could think of. I'm like, oh no, I better not have to go to the Sephora and get her Maybelline or something because she's not wearing red lipstick. She's only 10.
No,
No one's-
you
no
got to
one-
be at least 18 for red lipstick.
Yeah. There's no
Those
way.
are the rules.
And my wife has told her like no makeup at school because she really wants to wear like the lip things. Were just like if you put it on before you leave, you can't reapply it or whatever. So
Fair
it doesn't
enough.
matter. Anyway,
Fair rules.
then we go to the back for more shenanigans. We get Javon, we get Ava, Santino, Stax gets a title shot out of nowhere for the X Division title.
That's
with
what
Leon
happens
Slater.
when you sleep with the boss's daughter. You get title shots, people.
I like their relationship. I just don't get now that he's not part of the Italian gimmick. What is he? What's
he's
Stacks?
a side character, dude. That's how I perceive him, at least. Like, Ariana Grace is the star in this power couple. If anybody should be getting the opportunities and the TV time, it's her.
Wasn't the goal to get him
good.
over after the D'Angelo feud? Like, wasn't that the point?
And he's not.
And there's no Luca Crucifino, and there's no everyone's
Where did
gone.
he go?
He was buried in the desert.
Too? I don't know. We lost a lot of people from WWID and Evolve and shit, so it's hard to keep up with. It's unfortunate, but thankfully we're in a position where professional wrestling is, there's some company out there that you can probably find a solid job with still.
Yeah. So then we get to the match that I was waiting for all night. Blake Monroe and Zaria. Now, could two women have any cooler intros, first of all? Blake Monroe's intro is top notch, and Zaria's intro, and Zaria's intro, they just you present her as a monster, and I love that. The problem with this is
there's no problems with this.
No, not the match. I can't remember, and this is more on NXT's fault. I can't remember the last time Zaria had a one-on-one match.
Oh, dude,
it makes me
that's
so
a
upset.
Great point,
right? It makes me so upset.
It's a slow burn. You know what we're getting to with Zaria and Soul. Zaria's eventually going to turn on her, and then you'll get to see single heel Zaria.
I don't want to see Davey Boy Smith. I need always, I don't want to see just her thought of as like you were in a tag team for a while and now you're going to do singles. She's a single star. I need to see her star, right? Like she is great as a team, like Soul and Zaruka. Like Zaruka actually feels like a legitimate team that where if they were to take the tag team titles, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, you know what? I love the match. I thought it was very metal. I love Zaria, but I did not love the finish. I like
the finish. That's, it goes along with the story they've been telling. They're Soul's always trying to make things right, but she accidentally costs Zaria all the time.
No, I mean with the claw clip. Do it in her eyes, not in her neck. Like in the neck.
Know. At least give us color if you're going to go in the neck, right?
But rake the eye so that she has to be like, oh, like that.
Don't critique Blake Monroe. She won the match. That's all that matters.
I apologize. I like Blake Monroe a ton.
It's a perfect match because you have the powerhouse of Zaria and just one of the best women's heels in professional wrestling. Yep. It was great. This was a Night Shift approved match, as we like to say.
Yes, it sure was. So as we speed up a little because the Night Shift doesn't normally go over, an hour. So I want to make sure we get to everything.
Yawn.
Something that made me very happy, by the way, Speed is coming to NXT. I love where Speed sits, the Speed title in NXT. That's exactly where it's always belonged. It never belonged on Twitter and on somewhere in SmackDown out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like it didn't belong there. It belongs here. And I'm looking forward to that. I love that they have something for
fun
Axiom.
Matchups. Axiom versus why am I blanking already? I know Jasper Troy's versus Zach Wentz, right?
Yeah, Zach Wentz and Jasper Troy, and then Axiom and good one. I'm blanking on it too.
Why are we both blanking on that? Somebody in the chat has to know who Axiom's facing in that.
I'm having a stroke.
280 of you. We've been here for a while. You can help us out, chat.
Yeah, and you can help us out by subscribing to our little network, and we're and when we get to 300, if you jumped on a little late, go backwards when the show ends and listen to Stan because he's going to leave you a cameo or whatever they call it. So
this is true.
The
and
first
you can
person,
hear our conversation with Najee as well,
and Najee, which was so fun. So let's get to the triple threat match. Hank and Tank chase you in the culling.
Oh shit! I forgot about the triple threat match.
Right, that's okay.
Talk about it. That's why I forgot about it. Yeah, we alluded to it with Najee. The tag team division is ass. OTM is back. They are the fake OTM. Yep. My podcast is the real OTM. That's all.
That's right. And so OTM came out, beat everybody up, and actually the spot that Chase U did, the double frog splash and that stuff was very cool. That was a cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I zoned out during this match. I literally did not watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I checked out.
Listen,
that's the status of the NXT tag division right now. Not to the fault of the talent. Maybe it is. Actually, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Right. Maybe it's the talent. Maybe it's Maybelline. Anyway,
there's so many good T-shirt ideas we could have.
Yes.
My stupid website won't approve of the NXT
That's why
merch.
You should join the other one, but
someone make us merch.
So lazy.
Someone make us money. So lazy, like I don't have enough on my plate.
the laziest worker. We should get Tino to make the t-shirts.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
always.
Hey,
he's always
Chet, speaking of Tino in NXT, Tino and I are going to be live for an NXT house show Saturday in Chicago, November 15th. Fourth row.
Cool.
Fourth
That's
row.
so
It's
cool.
going to be sick. And that's the closest I've ever been for any televised wrestling program.
I was in the fourth row at ECW One Night Stand at that pay-per-view, the
You
original.
did tell me that before.
Underneath
I
the
gotta
balcony.
look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm in a Sandman t-shirt, and my stupid face is poking over.
Of course you are. You Mark. You would be wearing Sandman.
It was signed by Sandman. I actually gave it to Matthew Justice.
And you wore it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You gave it to Justice.
2006. 2006. I didn't even remember. I didn't remember at the who
He
would
was
have.
all hopped up on grass and gooseberries. He didn't know where he was.
That's right. So anyway, we go to the back and we see Zaruka again, and Sol Ruka gives up her spot to Zaria, which I'm like, okay,
That's my girl.
Yeah, but I'm like, okay, is this setting up something really good?
No.
We get to the main event. I have said this to you, Kyle, and since we have a couple minutes, I have said this. I am not a fan of battle royals to determine a number one contender. It makes no sense. Zero. It is just a conglomerate. Right. It's just a mush conglomerate of wrestlers throwing each other around. There is nothing to it that you don't deserve a number one title shot because you were the last one in there. It just doesn't make sense to me. But
give us a tournament. When's the last time we've seen a tournament in NXT other than the speed one before anybody comments?
I want a full round robin style like New Japan does, with the G1. I want a full round robin style tournament. I want NXT to go all in on it and give it to me through the fall. Through the winter. Give it to me through November through January. End it towards the Royal Rumble. I want a round robin. I want a bracket and a division A, division B. I want all that. So
I dig it. Yeah, and I found out who Axiom is facing. Sean Legacy.
Oh yeah, which I'm very happy that he's still alive because I didn't know where he went.
Bring him back to NXT. We like Sean Legacy here.
Yes, bring him back. Anyway, I am. So we discussed the Battle Royal. Angel Warriors is a cool name, and Zaya looks. You know what Zaya?
Dude, that's the worst entrance I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, Zaya Brookside reminds me of Billy Starks so much. I can't help it. I was
like that comp. Yeah.
She's like the Billy Starks on that team. She really is.
I can see that. That's a good comparison there. And then, okay.
It's not a bad
Fair
thing.
enough. I'll give you that. I mean, there were some moments in there, like Lash and Mara Shade had a moment there where she saved her. That was cool.
The worst name in wrestling. The worst.
Yeah, that hurts my mouth when I pronounce it.
Yeah, and then the other one that I had.
What else was fun in that match?
So here's the thing. So I like that. I like the Lash stuff. That was good. I didn't understand what happened to poor Ren Sinclair. That was weird. I didn't understand.
I think
she slipped. Yeah. So this match was a little bit of a mess. And did it have to be a mess? No, but this shouldn't be this can't be the one who becomes your number one. I was
going to say, how do you actually feel about Tatum Paxley winning this? Because the crowd loved it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. My other problem is this. Wait, I forgot to bring this up. Zaria eliminating herself was terrible. That was stupid.
I mean, it's a call and response to Soul sacrificing her sponsor.
But why'd you go over the top rope?
That's a fair point, but she was in the corner. She was in the top corner. I'm trying to make sense out of all this.
To run over and go, are you okay?
It's a follow-up to... I get why. I mean, I get why you don't like it, but I understand why they did it.
It's lazy. It's lazy to me. Don't put her in it then, because that's lazy. That didn't mean anything. Because also, that's the other problem. When you have 25 women in the ring, every elimination is not highlighted and doesn't mean as much. Like, certain people were just gone. Oh, I also like that what Alicia Fox is still working. I'm very happy
Victoria
for
Crawford.
Victoria Crawford.
She had an elimination spot with Ariana.
She's ageless, by the way. She still looks just as good as she did 10 years ago.
Yeah, looks the exact same when she was Alicia Fox.
Yeah.
Remember how Noam Dar used to pronounce it like that? Alicia Fox. I did it terribly, but
I didn't like the Zaria stuff, but I did like the Kendall Gray stuff. And Kendall Gray is now on my radar.
She's got something.
Yeah, like that's another one who absolutely she knew her way around. Like she didn't look like she was falling on herself. Yeah. So,
can I say something?
Yeah.
And just like people will say, the Great Brown Hope, one of them, that Sol Ruka, he doesn't understand the hype. I don't understand the hype with Tatum Paxley, but that's okay. Because once again, I know the fans love her.
Love
I
her.
just don't know why I'm not personally connecting with her. Do you think you know the reason why I might not be?
No,
Because I really don't.
I feel the same way. I want to
I'm
say
indifferent. I don't hate her, you know?
but I want to say they want her to be an underdog,
Underdog.
but
Yeah.
she's a spooky underdog, and she's already been an underdog, and now she's like with the bad guys. But you're bringing her back to that weird
Babyface side.
thing.
She's
with
a true
with
babyface, dude.
Lyra Valkyria, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't connect either, but I understand. There's nothing wrong with her, but she's not going to win.
No, I'm not
There's
saying
nothing wrong with her.
anything's wrong with her. I'm just trying to figure out why. Because I usually like most people. You know me. I'm positive when it comes to wrestling. It's just that one I'm
Me
not
too, Kyle.
getting. And it confuses me. Trust me, because I usually like a lot of the wrestlers.
Yeah.
But
No, I
what
don't.
are you gonna do?
I mean, look, I get you want
She
to.
ain't winning.
No, that was just she's not going to win. But with JC
Jane's
winning,
too good right now, man. She's
is.
doing great stuff for that title.
whoever is the
Who would've
producer for
thought?
the women, whoever is the producer for the women, especially the main event scene, every woman who has held the NXT title has been booked precisely the way you want them to be booked on NXT. I'm not saying poor Julia, who went up to SmackDown, is now whatever, but like Stephanie Vaquer, Shayna Baszler, what's her name, Asuka, Charlotte.
Moon.
Ember Moon, everyone who's booked as a women's champion on NXT is booked. The Mandy Rose,
Yeah.
I was convinced before Mandy Rose lost
Wow.
her job that she
What
could
a
have been
pull
the
for
next.
you.
She could have been the next champion on Raw or SmackDown forever. That's how well they.
Yeah,
produced
she
her.
literally went from nothing to
Yeah.
the hottest thing on NXT.
On wrestling,
Literally
not
and
NXT,
figuratively.
on women's wrestling. Yeah, in
Yeah.
women's wrestling, she was the.
You
thing.
ain't lying though. Now that you think about it, just like the lineage of the NXT women's title versus the men's title, they don't miss. The NXT women do not miss.
They don't miss with the men's title that often either. I mean,
They've had some.
a few hiccups, but I'm going to be honest, that men's title's been around the waists of the people who have always succeeded on
Pioneers,
television.
yeah.
Like everybody who's held that belt, especially now if you look at SmackDown, half the roster was an NXT guy who held
You're
the world
right.
title,
You're
and
right.
they just work. So, but the women booked to perfection by the time they get to Raw or SmackDown. But on NXT, they are perfection, what you want somebody to be booked like. So,
And that's a reason why I think I've enjoyed NXT more than most shows over the years, is just because the women's division.
yep.
They've carried it.
Yep. I think the women's division, and I was actually excited tonight about all the matches because with Zaria and Blake Monroe was probably, I have not been as excited about a women's match probably in 5 months until I saw that.
That is hilarious that you said that, because
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. We
Right.
should have like a list of just night shift approved matches. Let's start it now.
Yeah.
That is the first match approved by the night shift.
Exactly what we've been
Zaria
waiting
versus
for.
Blake Monroe. We have a list now. You just made the list. Now we'll have that soundbite in the future. The ideas are flowing because the vitamins are starting to kick in.
Oh, top of the list. That's it, and we'll get some more. But that one I wanted for several months, and I'm very happy it happened. So all in all, tonight's show,
Good show.
as with this episode of the Night Shift, super
Great
fun,
show.
super goofy. I thought they did a lot of shenanigans, and I'm looking forward to Halloween Havoc. So it's great.
Yeah.
No
It's a
issues.
great time to be a fan of NXT, and it's a great time to be a part of the Main Event Wrestling Network, guys. We got 323 of you watching live with us right now.
Wow.
Thank you for your support tonight. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. We are on the road to 300 subscribers, and we have a lot of stuff to give away. Trust me, there
the
are
cards
signed
still sitting
merchandise.
in my gym. Yeah, somebody do
signed
it. Get this stuff over
merchandise. So if you want to
Yeah.
keep up with all that stuff, that QR code that's in the corner right there above Jay Gold, or down here on X, that's where to do so. We're having fun over here, guys. And shout out to Stan for always calling in. It's great to get to hear what he's got to say. And Najee, make sure you check out his show, NXT with Najee. He gets great guests on that. He's always in the audience, so show him some love as well.
And listen to the IW Guide this week, Indie Wrestling Guide for all of our new viewers. The Indie Wrestling Guide drops every Thursday at midnight. This week we have the Intense Icon, the man, the pioneer of fourth rope, Josh Bishop. So we were just crapping around. It wasn't one of those interviews where you're going to get any history. If you want that, go back in our catalog. We have talked to Josh Bishop before when he was younger, and we got a whole bunch out of him. This one is us shooting the shit with Josh Bishop, hearing about his trip to Paris with the Good Brothers, talking to him about his last trip to LA in this thing called the Resin Mania. It's a weed company did this whole show but they booked all these huge names, and he wrestled. What's his name? Oh man, the Base God. Now I forgot.
Base God. Why am I blanking
Chicago.
on who that is? I know. Oh, Gringo Loco.
Gringo Loco, and the
my
spot
guy.
at the end is crazy. Gringo Loco did one of those
He's
spinning
so good.
power bombs.
So good.
But yeah, check it out on Thursday. Josh Bishop's the man, and he's trying to teach me to bulk up by eating 13 bagels a day, plus other things, probiotics and things. But he told me that's how I can get bulk. So you can listen to that.
Well, I'll have to listen to him because it's bulking season for me. I'm already up 10 pounds, which is great
Wow.
news. So I'll definitely be checking out that episode. Even though, like I say, I don't keep up with the indies as much as you guys do, but I am a weekly listener to the Indie Wrestling Guide. And guys, you should be a weekly listener to the On the Mark Wrestling podcast because we are live every single Thursday. We've been a podcast now for over 6 years, which is crazy for me to actually say out loud. But yeah, we're live 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be talking AEW Wrestle Dream that's happening this Saturday. Believe it or not, I totally forgot it was until yesterday. Huh. And then we have to talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw, or I should say Monday Morning Raw, because the Vision is got some cracks in it, and they turned on Seth Rollins. So
one of the best episodes of Raw in ages, and it was on at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I was working, but apparently half of our network was watching. Which, by the way, guys, why aren't you working?
It's what? Yeah.
If you're gonna be on the clock, at least be on the Main Event Network clock and sign into our channel and get us some views.
People, some content for crying out loud.
We gotta go, guys. It's been fun.
Right.
Thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks, everybody.